Hey guys, my name is Bryson Sessions and you're listening to the Bed Project Podcast. This show is a little bit different than other shows out there, so if you want an in-depth understanding of what it's about, please listen to episode 292B. It'll give you all the details for the show and what to expect. So that being said, here is today's episode.
Yo, it's I think it's 3:14, something like that. Let's see. Don't know. It doesn't matter. 3:14, I believe. There's no professional mic, whatever today. I'm just laying on this little air mattress I have in my office. It's acting kind of as a couch and just a different way to sit and work, because sitting at my desk and at the chair, sitting in my chair and at the desk it's old after a while, you know. Being able to spice it up, and it sounds so dumb, but being able to spice it up and move about 3 feet in the other direction toward the wall and sit on an air mattress changes it up a little bit, so helps me out. So a little hack for you: just change the way you sit or how you work or where you work, you know, just change it up. Work in an entirely different room. I only have furniture in this room in my house, so and I will not ever work in my bedroom where I sleep, so this is really the only place I can work. So I could probably take it downstairs. I got some stools from my kitchen, so that's cool, so I could work down there. Anyway, so today was another productive day. It feels good to have back-to-back days. You know, of course, I always want to be a lot better and be as productive as possible. But I do believe that it's just one big ocean of waves that come and go of productivity and feeling like shit and then feeling great, and then, you know, just comes in and out. So 2 in a row, I'll take it. All I did today pretty much was get the second block of training finished. And of course, it's all loosely completed. Any adjustments that need to be made for one client will have to be made or have to be adjusted when the client's in there. But the core base of the program is done. So block 1 focuses on basic stuff, you know, a little, I wouldn't say advanced at all, but just basic stuff, linear periodization, compound movements before isolation movements, just a very solid rep scheme. Then we've got the increase in volume on a upping the sets per week up by 1 total for each workout. So by the end of week 4 of phase 1 or block 1, you're doing 3 additional sets per muscle group. So, and that's just to enhance or to focus on progressive overload. So that plus increasing weights, plus rest times, plus intensity techniques of rest pauses and drop sets. I wouldn't say it's advanced at all, but it is set up very specifically. Then we have phase 2 so far, which is a whole bunch of pre-exhaust. And then I actually implemented undulating periodization, which is another way of saying kind of randomized rep schemes per day rather than everything following the same rep scheme per week. So every single day, every exercise is a little bit different. That spices it up and makes the workouts a little bit more enjoyable and gives you a little bit more to look forward to, as opposed to knowing that the workout you're about to do is only going to be 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 10, and that's it. So that combined with pre-exhaust with rep ranges from 3 to 6 all the way up to 25 to 30, it's going to be, that's one hell of a program. So I've followed programs like this in the past numerous times, and they're great. They're not my favorite personally. I prefer starting the workout off with a heavy compound movement, but I need to switch it up myself, so I'm going to follow my own program yet again. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what I did today. I just wrote that whole program. So we had 20 workouts that were written, completed, put it on an Excel doc, printed that out, put it on my whiteboard. Now we've got 2 blocks of training completed. So that's cool. Going back to the whole thing where I was talking about the visual aspect of seeing something completed, that's super helpful. I mean, I'm looking at my whiteboard, a whole bunch of shit on there, but I've got 2 pieces of paper, and those 2 pieces of paper are the program blocks that I've written and finished. So I can look over there, see that they're done, and have a sense of relief knowing that the workouts are getting completed. So just kind of a visual thing for me. I'm a very visual person. I like seeing, holding tangible, real things, seeing that something's done, feeling how it works, whatever. So if I have a piece of paper that just says the workout's done, then that's helpful for me. So there's that. And as far as how many I need to make before I launch the program, I'm only making myself write 3 for the time being, because 3 is 12 weeks, which is just about 3 months in full. So I think honestly what I'll do is I'll advertise everything as 12 weeks, 3 months, whatever. But when they sign up, it'll be a bonus. Hey, you get a 13th week, because 12 weeks is 84 days. So one additional week puts you at 91, and that is 3 months. So I don't know. I've always wondered about that. If somebody says it's a 4-month program or something like that, or a 6-month program, do you mean 6 times 30, or do you mean 6 months, meaning half the year of 26 weeks? Because if you do the math on that, 30 times 6 is 180, but 26 times 7 is 182. That was actually a horrible example. Let me do the 4-month thing. I sound like a goddamn dumbass now. So 4 months times 30, that's 120 days. But if you say 16 weeks, which you could chalk that up to 4 months, 16 times 7 is 112. So missing out on a whole week of training. Honestly, didn't need to say any of that, dude. That's awesome, because the first example was perfect. So yeah, 3 months, 90 days, 12 weeks. You chalk that up to 3 months, but it's only 84 days. So you're missing a week from the... Wow, dude, great start to the show, huh? Okay, so I'm only doing 3. So we go to the other sheet that I have here. I've got so much shit on here. Let's see if I can find it. Numbers. All right, so yeah, so if I'm starting at the lowest price point, 90% off, only 3 months, not a 6 month, not a 9 month, not a year, that would be $195 paid in full for 3 months, which is ridiculously cheap, because if you go 195, I talked about this already. If you go 195 divided by 3, it's $65 a month, which for everything that I'm offering is I'm disrespecting myself. But I want to do all of these on a phone call and build the confidence in talking to somebody over the phone and selling them, because I've never made money selling someone something over the phone ever in my entire life. So honestly, kind of, it's one of those limiting beliefs for me. I've never done it, so I have no proof that I can do it. But based off the progress I made in my life in the last year in so many different areas, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do it. So I think it's just getting over that fear, just building that proof and creating that evidence for myself. So it might sound dumb. I mean, I might get on the phone and someone might get upset. Why the fuck did you call me? Why'd you waste my time? I'm straight up with them, but dude, I'm just trying to learn. So you're helping me do that. Appreciate you. As a result, you get 90% off. So take it or leave it, fucker. So anyway, that's that. So I'm requiring myself to sell at least 5 people at that price point with a phone call, and before I can up the price and do whatever. So seems like every time I up the price, it's about $100. It's actually 97.5, it looks like, very loosely. For the 3 month, yeah. For the 3 month, it's about 97.5. For the 6 month, looks like it is about 180. Yep, looks like about 180. For the 9 month, it looks closer to 250. And then for the year it's about 300. No, it is 300. So anyway, none of that was important information at all. Thanks for still being here with me. But yeah, so only making 3 workout programs. That's why I even said all that. So, or 3 blocks of training. If somebody wants to renew, then that's when I would go ahead and make more training blocks and then customize them to the person if they need. So that's the plan for training. So that's pretty cool, because that's essentially done. And now the tedious part comes in, the very tedious part, which is putting all of this into the EverFit software that I've got and making it so that it's legible. Everything is exactly how I need it to be, and everything makes sense. The workout descriptions are there, all that shit. So that's going to take some time because I can't remember if I've talked. Yeah, I for sure talked about it. But if it takes me an hour to put in, I don't know, 10 workouts to, sorry, if it takes me an hour to put in, what was I saying? So I have to make the workout and I have to do the reps, the rest, the pound, whatever. Put all that in there. Put it on a week in a calendar within the software. From there, I have to copy the workout. So for example, week 1, day 1, to make that different, I have to copy that or duplicate it onto week 2, day 1, and then change whatever I need to change. So in my case, I'd be changing the reps so that they follow a linear periodization. So if week 1 is 12 to 15 reps, week 2 might be 10 to 12. And I can't remember the exact thing, but I have to go in there and change that. And for example, I would have to change that. And then on week 4, going down the line, I think it's closer to 4 to 6 reps. And if you're going really heavy to where you're failing on 4 to 6 reps, chances are you're probably going to want to rest longer. So that means I'd have to also change the rest period. And that takes an extra 10 seconds, but it just adds up. So if it takes me an hour to do 4 weeks, well, hold on. If it takes me an hour to, what am I trying to even fucking say, dude? It takes me 15 minutes to make one workout and then another 10 to duplicate that workout throughout the other weeks and then to make it nice and have it all lined up. If that takes, we'll just say 25 minutes, then that is 50 minutes. So you can round it up to an hour if you want to be super exaggerative here for 2 workouts. So it's going to take me 2.5 hours to do this for one thing of training. And that's just for one block. So if I do it for 2 blocks, that's another 2.5 hours. If I do it for 3, which I will, so that's another 2.5. That's a full ass goddamn day of just drag and drop and assigning, typing numbers, rest times, workout descriptions, making sure everything is lined up and making sure everything makes sense and there's no errors, because it's just so much, dude. So if I make 20 workouts in a 4-week period, which is a month, that's 60 workouts that could have an error in them that I wouldn't know. So that's where the client seeing the shit comes into play, and also me, because I'm going to be my own client in the program and I'm going to do everything that I say I'm going to do, meaning my coach, which is me, just so that I can see the app and the software and see how it works and try to find more bugs and shit for the client and or for the system. Oh, I guess for the client. So that way I can improve everything as quickly and as fast as possible. Because if I have the greatest program ever, I'm going to charge the price point that correlates with the greatest program ever. But until then, I'm just kind of gamifying this whole thing and starting super low. And I'm sure I could sell the program for a lot more than $195 for 3 months, because that's cheap as shit. I've never sold a program less than $200 a month, actually. When I look at the past, so 2021, 2022, I never sold anything less than $199 a month. So with that being said, this should be bare minimum $600 for the 3 months. So knowing that, it makes me trying to sell this thing at a third of the price much easier. And another interesting thing I've noticed is this, I'm price anchoring myself here, because I'm looking at these numbers at the full price, which is $6,000 for paid in full for a full year, or $2,000 for a 3-month program. And this is way down the line, right? Where I might have live events. I might have people flying out. I might have live speaker, like a big thing, right? That's the vision. That's the ultimate goal. That's a ways away, and I'll get there. But when I look at the price points for that just seems kind of normal. So when I look at that and I go all the way down, I scroll all the way over here to see $200 for 3 months versus $2,000, I see that and I'm like, dude, 200 is nothing. And it's because I've seen these bigger numbers, and it's just association. I don't know if you've ever passed a gas station where they put premium on top rather than unleaded, or vice versa, whatever you're used to. If they do the opposite wherever you are, it seems like at first for me, when I would see the top price, which is usually unleaded in Utah, and then I would see the price below that. Sorry, I would see the price at the top, usually unleaded, and then I can't remember where I went. I think it was in Arizona. There was one gas station. What the hell gas station was it? Doesn't matter. I saw their price, their top price was premium. So I saw that and I'm like, holy shit, that's unleaded? And then I went down the list, a couple lines, and saw the unleaded gas, and I thought, oh, that's cheap as shit. But it's not cheap as shit. It's the same exact price. It's just I was exposed to the higher number first. It's like what you anchor it to. So somebody says, how much are your services? I'll say, oh, dude, I'll tell you what, they're not $3,000 a week for, and this is an exaggerated example to paint the picture, but tell you what, dude, this is not, $1,000 a week like an in-person trainer who's doing blah, 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 XYZ for you. So don't worry about that. What the price actually is $1,000 for 3 months. So, blah, blah, blah. So when you first hear $1,000 for a week, holy shit, well, that's good. It's not that. That's what you hear. That's what you're exposed to. So then when they drop the price, or when they reveal the price, and it's much lower than the first number they said, it makes that number seem much lower. It's kind of the whole thing with touching. If you have a cup of water that's just room temperature, that temperature never changes, but how you perceive it does based on what you touched before. So if you put your hand in very cold water and then put your hand in the room temperature water, the room temperature water is going to seem normal. It's going to seem a lot warmer. But it's just normal ass water, it's just room temperature water. But if you put your hand in hot water and then put your hand in the room temperature water, it's going to seem very cool. It might even seem cold. But the room temperature water never changed temperature. It was just been the same the entire time. What changed is what you were exposed to first. So that whole principle, I don't know what you would call that. I don't know the official name or the psychology laws or whatever. Psychological laws of, I don't know. If you don't know what you call that. But just price anchoring. So I'm seeing that within myself. I'm looking at this, $5,400, this $3,420, $2,880. I'm looking at these prices and I'm like, dude, holy shit. And then I look over here. All the way even to $878 for 3 months. I still see that and I'm like, that's nothing. I think when it starts getting a lot for me personally is when I'm touching $1,500 for 3 months, because I'm like, okay, what am I actually getting here? And then especially for $6,000 for a full year. I don't know. I would have to get some nice ass shit. So that's me talking out of my own wallet right now. So anyway, that's that. Long story short, that's what I've worked on today, and that was actually the long-winded way of saying, I'm only making 3 blocks of training before I start working on uploading them. So I've got 7.5 hours of uploading them, designing the workouts in the software, because all the workouts are done now, pretty much. You just have to put them in the software. So that's a full ass day. So I think if I can commit to doing that, I'm looking at my calendar. If I can commit to doing this on Friday, nope, because I'm working overtime, dude. If I can commit to doing this on Saturday, let's see here. Yeah, Saturday, because I have a full day off. We'll do Saturday. If I can commit to doing this on Saturday, then that'll be one huge relief, because if I can get one of the core pieces of the puzzle here in the program into the software, which is going to be where everything is seen and used and whatever, that'll be awesome. And that's the 31st of August. My plan was to get everything going by then, but I'm loosely pushing for it. I'm not really, if I don't get it, I don't care. So maybe that's bad, but yeah, whatever. So anyway, that's that. So I'm going to share one more thing, but I've talked about it actually maybe 100 episodes ago. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Is it this one? Damn it, dude. Can I just get this thing to load, please? It might be. I don't know. Dude. Let's see, make this shit better. It might be episode 200. I doubt it. I really doubt it, but it might be. It just has the word productivity in the title. But there's softwares out there for calendar apps and organization and prioritizing tasks and meeting deadlines and all that stuff. There's one, it's called Motion. I think it's called Use Motion AI, something like that. Long story short, it's just a calendar that uses AI to reschedule. And I don't even know if it's AI, probably just is algorithms, but it uses algorithms, AI, whatever, to make your schedule based on a few things, I don't know if you say criteria or criterias, based on criteria that you input. So if I say I have a hard deadline, high priority task that needs to be done on August 28th at 8:09 p.m. 2024, which is right now, and I put it in there. If I already have tasks in the calendar that are low priority or that can be moved or have, wiggle room, it'll automatically schedule that, put everything in there, and just kind of make everything nice. So it says, Kate, you're going to work on this from this time to this time. And I don't have to worry about going in there and trying to figure out when I have availability or how can I move things around. Or if I've only got 2 things going on, can I move those to a different day and then put a big chunk of a task like this workout scheduling into the software? Can I move those around? And I'm looking into it. It's $30 a month. But if that $30 a month can save me 5-10 hours and then also increase productivity because I know what I'm working on, when and how, all that stuff, $30 a month to be 10 hours more productive per month is a no-brainer. So I talked about the whole FedEx thing. Since I bought back 76 hours of my time with $1,500, that's about $20 an hour. And the whole mental image of how many hours do you think Elon Musk would buy per day if he could, if it was $20 an hour? He would buy millions of hours. He probably realistically hundreds of thousands of hours per day. And when you frame it like that, it's like, dude, time is so valuable that people would just, So anyway, I'm loosely looking into that. Not loosely. Why am I saying that? Not loosely. I'm casually, I think that's what I'm trying to say. I'm casually looking into that. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I ran a free trial in the past, didn't give it enough time because I'm looking at reviews and I'm looking at videos again. And I'm like, dude, yeah, that's exactly what I need. That's exactly what did I not see the first time? So, but yeah, so I'm looking into that, trying to see if that would be beneficial. Because at first I was like, do I even have anything going on to make this beneficial for me? And I do. And I actually started writing everything down. So here's the things that I've got, and I'm just being completely vulnerable, so whatever. So bi-weekly check-in on finances and my Google Sheet, so just kind of checking budgeting and finances, where my money's at. What days I'm going to work on content and social media, what days I'm going to do podcast, what times of those days I'm going to do each of those. Doing a goal review, so just reviewing my goals, where I'm at with them, am I on track, am I falling behind, where am I at. Other meetings, other bullshit, things like that. My general work schedule, which I wrote this with FedEx being in the loop, but now it's not. So it would just be Monday through Friday and then every other Friday off. And then what days do I need to order my meals from Flex Pro Meals for the meal prep company? What days do I need to set my garbages out? And which weeks do I need to worry about the recycle bin? Which days do I need to grocery shop for how long? What do I need to buy? Which days do I need to meal prep for how long? What am I going to cook? What days do I need to remember to pay my car? And how much extra am I going to pay? Same with utilities, same with credit cards. Just a reminder to weigh myself, a reminder to measure limbs, body parts, stuff like that, with a tape measure to make sure. Well, that sounded a certain type of way, didn't it? Just for bodybuilding and weight and fitness, all that stuff. Get a tape measure out. Just throw it around your chest, your arm, your leg. Just get the measurements. So stuff like that. Take a progress photo. Kind of same thing as the weighing yourself. When I'm going to get a haircut. Because real quick, dude, when I get a haircut, my confidence and I wouldn't say my confidence. My self-esteem is just much better. I feel much better. I feel cleaner. I feel better. And I want to feel that way as much as I can. So scheduling that and doing it, I need to do that. Because I'll go months without a haircut, and it just makes you feel like shit. Then other appointments like an oil change or whatever, trying to get an eye exam, whatever. And then my gym schedule, and then what kind of like stretching, when I'm going to stretch, how long I'm going to stretch. So at first I thought, man, I don't got shit going on. I don't need a calendar app. And then putting all this in there, and there's a lot of things that could be expanded on for sure, you know, especially with work and everything, because I put, social media days, podcast days, work schedule. Work schedule would mean quite literally everything that I'm doing, you know. So I'd put a task in there like upload workouts to the software, or then it would be finish check-in sheets, you know, stuff like that. So I made this list, and every time I thought of something that I should schedule, I just wrote it down, and it's proven to me that I've proven to myself that I do have some things going on, enough to invest into this app or calendar that would help me organize my life and simplify some shit I got going on. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it the show. I think I'm gonna call that one. So appreciate you guys listening. As always, I gotta start saying something different. God damn it. Thankful for your ears in this podcast. And quick reminder, I'm not recording any of these for anybody listening probably for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I'm recording this for people who listen to this for the first time 5, 20, 30, shit, even 40 years. Because I have full belief in myself that I'm going to make it wherever I'm headed. And I would love to be able to look back and see a step-by-step on how I made it to wherever I'm going. So that's a little reminder to anybody who has not. I mean, I changed the outro. I used to say that every show, but maybe I need to put that back in. I don't know. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.
If you haven't already, please go check out episode 292B. It explains what the show is about in depth. If you are a new listener and want to know what the hell is going on, why I sound like shit, why it's not organized, why it's not professional, 292B explains it perfectly. So go give that episode a listen if you haven't already. Thank you so much for giving my stuff a try, and I will see you tomorrow for another episode.